So today I'm just going to be trying to finish this owl diamond painting that I started in a previous video. Alright, so we're going to pick up with, why don't we do the D's? Let's see. Here's the D pack. Oops. Right. Dump them into our little tray here. Put those off to the side. And just start sticking them on there. Normally, at this time of year, I'd have a lot of let's separate these a little bit so I don't pick up more than one, because I end up dropping them on a different spot that they don't belong. I cannot believe that it's already September. This year, it feels like it went by so fast. And I know that as you get older, time does tend to do that. But I feel like something happened in 2020. Like, I feel like COVID, triggered something in our time perception. Because everybody I talk to of all ages agrees that these past 5 years have just felt so fast. Now, if you think of it in terms of just getting older, obviously when you're 10 years old, 1 year is a whole 10% of your life, so it's gonna seem a lot longer. When you're 30 years old, 1 year is a lot less of a percentage of your overall experiences and time spent here. So compared to when you're 50 years old, for example, 5 years, it would take 5 years to be 10% of your life. So when you're 10, 1 year is 10% of your life. When you're 50, 5 years is 10% of your life. But with that being said, the fact that time skews as you get older, I feel like it's just collectively so much faster for everyone of all ages. That could also have to do with the fact that we are glued to devices constantly having distractions and moving from one thing to the next. And the more you fill your time with a bunch of different things, the quicker it seems. But also at the same time, when you're living in repetition with the same rituals, the same work schedule and everything, that also starts to blur the days together, because every day feels the same. So you'll have a whole month that feels like it was just one day. But like I said, I feel like it's happening across the board. But I feel like 2020 was when it really blew up. Maybe it was everybody being stuck at home, so everybody got extra addicted to their phones or something. I don't know. All I know is that this year has gone by so fast. I don't know if, and I know it's not just me because, like I said, I've talked to people of all ages who agree that this year has just been so darn quick. It could also be that we're constantly being barraged by something new every day, it seems. Can't catch a break lately. But yeah, I just can't believe that there's only 3 months left in the year. Before we know it, it'll be 2026. I don't think time is going to slow down. I mean, maybe if we return to some semblance of normalcy in our day-to-day lives. Maybe if the world returns to some semblance of normalcy, then we'll feel a slowdown, but it doesn't seem very likely at the moment. Alright, I think that's all the D's. So we'll do A's next. Alright, let's get these. Oops, lost one. Man down. I'm just gonna dump them back into the bag they came from. Alright. A's. It's the dark brown here. We just feel like we have to be on and productive 24/7. No time to relax, recharge, meditate on anything. It's just go, go, go all the time. That's not good for anybody. Seems like everyone's just in a constant state of fight or flight anymore. It's very exhausting. And it's not sustainable. I feel like that's part of why the time is just so fast anymore. It just passes in the blink of an eye. A month feels like a week. I think this blob on here is too big. I think I'm gonna need more in here. I don't think I dumped out enough. But those ones a little too close together. I'm definitely gonna need more. Still got all of this. It's just been so hot this year too. Feels like I've spent most of my days inside, when normally you won't catch me inside on a summer day. This summer I've been inside constantly. I've hardly gone out at all. It's just been so unbearably hot. There's a lot of art festivals near me that I usually go to every year that I just forewent this year due to the extreme heat. The neighbors are being really loud outside, so I hope that's not picking up. But it probably is, because everything they do picks up. I should get a proper microphone and camera, but I like the lo-fi style, old school style. And I also just don't want the hassle. Traffic, idling vehicles, dogs barking, people talking. But my neighbors don't really talk outside, they yell. They'll be standing right next to each other and they still, for some reason, feel the need to yell. I don't understand it. But right now they're idling out there and I am pretty sure it's gonna pick up. Nothing I can do about it. a very limited window where I can film, and in that limited window it's difficult because of all the noises outside that get picked up. They are pretty unavoidable. I do try to stop the video or edit them out when I can, but it's not always really feasible. Oh no. It's a tight squeeze right there. My gosh, how long do they need to idle out there? Having neighbors is so annoying. I dream of seclusion. Alright, it looks like that's it for the A's. Alright. Hope we can finish this time around. I don't know why they don't cut their engine. Just idling and idling and idling. Running out their gas for no reason. There they go. Finally, they left. Can't stand when people just run their engine like that. Unless it's the middle of winter and you're heating up your car, that I can understand. But my God, is it annoying when people just sit there idling outside. Maybe I'm just getting old. Everything's starting to annoy me. You always think you'll never be the crotchety old person, but then you slowly start to turn into one. And you're like, oh, I actually see where they were coming from. Oh my gosh, now someone's mowing or something. I don't know what that buzzing is, but it's awful. Hope it doesn't last. One good thing about winter, though, is everybody stays inside and stays quiet. It's so much more peaceful in the wintertime. Summertime, everybody's out. Lawn care, home maintenance. It's all so loud. And I don't even live in a city. I live way out. Where the nearest gas station, the nearest any kind of shop or store, gas station is 15 minutes away. And I still have to deal with constant sound. I don't know how people who live in cities do it. They have my utmost respect, because I'd lose it. see what this person's doing. I just went and spied on my neighbor. He's pumping up the tire in his car. That's what that sound is. So hopefully it doesn't last too long. Hopefully he's only doing the one. Okay, that was it for the C's. Those same neighbors have rowdy pool parties in the middle of the night on the weekdays. So that's fun too. Alright, now I'll do H. It's like this reddish terracotta color. Gotta shake them out a little bit. This is actually fun though. I know I already said it in the last video, but part 1, I thought it was going to be extremely tedious. But it's actually kind of fun. Like the end is in sight, unlike those giant ones that are very elaborate and have like 30 different colors. Still probably have too much wax on the tip of this. Normally, between all the summer events and art festivals that go on in my area throughout the summer, I can be found photographing wildlife, but this year I haven't done any of it. It's just been way too hot. I don't even want to leave my house. It's that kind of heat where as soon as you go outside, you already feel like you're getting drenched in sweat. It's so uncomfortable, and then you stick to the seat in your car. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. So it's been really sad. A homebody summer. hope it's not a new trend. Like, I hope it's not like this every year going forward. But it's either just been unbearable heat or torrential downpours every day. Alright, I think that's it for the H. Is all that's left is G? I think all that's left is G. I don't see any others. Alright, we're making good time. G is also kind of like a dark reddish color. Love a brick. Alright. Okay, there's a lot of this. Alright. We'll start up here with the ear. Oop. I feel like that's the case everywhere this year, though. It's just been storms or insane heat. I never thought I'd be longing for winter, but I think winter's becoming my new favorite season. It's always been fall, but now even fall is becoming a little bit too hot. Basically, fall is the new summer, and winter is becoming the new fall. Is what it feels like to me. So I find myself longing for winter. But the winters here are so long that when you're about 6 months in, 5-6 months into winter, you start to get really depressed from the lack of sun, because it's just very gloomy. I mean, there's some very bright winter days, but obviously the majority of the time it's very gloomy and overcast. So it just gets depressing once it's drawn on for so long. But then when summer hits and it's unbearably hot, you immediately wish for winter. All I want to do is build a snowman, go sledding. I feel like if the winter was just, I wouldn't change anything about winter but the duration. Like if the duration was a little bit more forgiving. See, that's the only thing, is that winter likes to hold on with its claws. And then it goes straight from 30 degrees to 90. Oops, I didn't know I had two. Get over there. And then there's the traffic too. Everywhere you go in the summer is just so clogged with traffic and lines. But in the wintertime, most people don't want to leave their house. So it's prime time to go hiking. Go to the parks. You can almost guarantee you'll be the only one there. But in the summertime, you're going to be dealing with a lot of people and a lot of lines. And the people, a high density of people in a small area, just raises the temperature even more. Swear to God, I was at an event, and outside, despite it being at 95 degrees outside, it was actually cooler outside than inside because there were so many people. It was about 20 degrees hotter in there, just because there were people wall to wall. I don't do well with crowds, so that only adds to the crowd anxiety. There are so many G's. G's, there's so many G's. Okay, we got a lot flipped on that shake. Love that. Had one hitching a ride on the side. Alright. Oh. It reoriented itself the wrong way. No, it's flipping. There we go. There's a dog hair attached to that one. Took off the excess wax because I think it was actually getting in the way. Kept just picking up additional diamonds. Oh, but now what's left is coming off. Somehow we had one just free floating there. Got a twofer. Oh. Oh no, the legs came off onto it. There's still a little bit in there. I think that's how you're supposed to do it, just enough to where it's just in there like that. Should have done the cheese first to get it out of the way. So many cheese. Nope, he's blowing up another tire now. Well, the loudest trucks on planet Earth just passed by. But we're almost done. I wish he would have waited just maybe 3 more minutes to start blowing up that other tire. But nope. And that's the last one. Alright, that was the last diamond. Gonna dump these back into the bag. Actually, I'm gonna dump these into one of these so they don't spill. I'm so sorry about all the noise in this video. Oh, he stopped. Please, sir, do not start doing that again. Nope, he's on to the next one. There's just a medley of different colors. And here's the other bag. Alright, and here's the little stand. There. Alright, that's gonna be it for this video. As always, thank you for watching. Hope that you will join me for the next one. And until then, good morning,